everybody, my name is Chad. This week we're talking day 2 of Japan on 1000. We're talking specifically expenses. What have I spent so far? What am I planning to spend? And how am I gonna go about my expenses while I'm there? Just to catch all you guys up, I had purchased 2, one for me, one for my cameraman Clayton, tickets round trip from Denver, where I'm coming from, to Fukuoka, Japan. Some of you guys might be asking why kayak. Well, I have always used kayak, and it's not for brand loyalty. Every trip, I check every compare website, and I check directly with the airlines, both on the phone and on their websites, and I've yet to find a way to get cheaper flights. In fact, even if the prices are basically the same, kayak for some reason is always $10 cheaper, so I tend to go with kayak frequently. Now, when am I going? I am going I leave September 20th, I'll get there September 23rd, and I'm going until, I think, the 18th of October. It's gonna be a short trip. It's only gonna be about 25 days. Why did I pick this? Well, first off, I bought my tickets in June, so it was far enough away that the farther you book out, the cheaper you're gonna get. Secondly, you wanna go in off-season. In Japan, off-season is any time before March, or maybe some, kind of halfway into March, because that's usually when Hanami starts, when the Sakura blossoms start coming, and anytime after September. Flights drop like crazy because everyone's going back to school, they have to work, they can't take vacation. Then it's also not summery weather, so it's really cheap to go in the off-season. If I look like I'm crying, I'm not actually. It's because I was coughing in between the takes. But how much did this ticket cost me? Well, I had a chance to get a ticket for $668 on kayak. The dates were slightly different, but roughly the same amount of time. But I waited too long. I asked my cameraman, had to wait for his work to give him the A-OK to get off, so I didn't get that chance. I did get mine for $768 though, which for round trip is pretty good. But even better than that, I actually called up, I'm going with Virgin, I called them up, asked about the frequent flyer program. Turns out it's actually a pretty good frequent flyer program, and they're actually giving me like a third of one ticket, like a one-way ticket, worth of frequent flyer miles, I suppose. I always join every frequent flyer for every airline that I get. Often I can double it, so if I have trade-offs between United and Asiana Airlines, I can usually get the miles for both. So including the frequent flyer discount, this cost me about $644. I'd say pretty freaking good to go to Japan. And technically China too, because I'm also going by way of China, so that ought to be interesting. Now on to housing. What did I spend for housing so far? I had the chances. My friends offered up their home in Japan. It would cost me nothing, would have stayed for free. I want to do this as close to what you guys will encounter as possible, so I decided against that. I also could have done woofing. If you guys don't know that, I've talked about this in my Japan travel videos. You basically trade 4 to 6 hours of work on an organic farm for housing and possibly some food. The problem is every farm I got in contact with and everyone I saw on there didn't have the bandwidth for me to be able to do YouTube, which is the whole purpose I'm going, so I decided against that as well. Instead, I went on Airbnb. I tried a whole bunch of stuff. I tried hotels, tried hostels. The cheapest I found clearly was Airbnb. It's costing me $268 for 25 days of stay, which I think is more than I actually need, but beggars can't be choosers. That's still pretty stinking good. And I'm not like in the boonies. I'm literally, the city center is Hakata Station, basically. Hakata Station, I'm right there. I'm like a 2-minute walk from Hakata Station. It's a great location. It might be a little bit noisy at night, but it is right in the middle of everything that's happening. And it's gonna be very convenient for travel. So this isn't some, countryside place. It's a full furnished apartment with everything that I need. And I'll obviously do a house tour when I first get there on our first day, but we'll wait for that later. So totaling room and airfare, what are we talking? About $883 right now, total, which is mwah, that's great. Although I told you guys, one of my secrets for traveling cheap to Japan is to go there, to buy cheap, to bring home, and to sell. So I already have a business contact of mine who's buying a very specific type of Japanese fishing rod. He gave me $300 for something that's basically gonna cost me next to nothing. Which he knows. I told him I'm not ripping him off. He's basically paying me to be his courier because he's not gonna be able to ship one. He gave me $300 to do it, so that actually makes my trip closer to $583 total. Already, I haven't even left, $583. Which, for the big expenses, we really only have one thing left, which is food. And food can drown you, but I need to be upfront with this. I have a special diet I'm on. I eat very high protein and low carb. It's meant to be for my workout routine, and I'll be trying out for a rugby team in Fukuoka, so I need to be in good shape. So this probably won't be your average diet, but I will do my best to make sure I never go over budget and that I'm completely upfront with my prices and that I'm still going out to eat. I'm still going out to restaurants. I'm trying all of the food that I already have tried a million times there, but I'm doing it so that way you can see, you can try everything, you could do every experience, and it doesn't have to break the bank. Every day, I'll do daily totals, so every time I buy something, I'll show you that I bought it, and I might flash a price on the screen, but at the end of the video, there'll be a total tally for how much I spent that day. And that's where you guys will kind of see the finagling of, you know, what exactly do we do that day? Do we mostly cook ourselves? Do we mostly go out to eat? Do we pack bentos because we're gonna go on a trip? What do we do? Because like I said, this isn't just gonna be a bottom dollar trip. I'm not just going to free museums. I'm gonna do everything that you hopefully would say, oh, if I went to Japan, I would do X. That's what I want to do, and I want to do it all for $1,000 or less. And we're looking like we're about to hit it. I mean, with food and everything, we're talking about $800 or something like that, and that gives us $200-ish worth of room to have fun and to play and to do stuff, and also we can drop that price by taking stuff home to sell, like I told you. But if that all sounds like stuff that you would like to see, if any of this sounds like stuff that would benefit you, subscribe down below. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. You just click the little button, and you will get updates every time I post a video. Right now, I post 3 times a week. I post a podcast on Mondays on my Wicked Miscreant podcast channel. I post a live stream. It's not really posting, but I do a live stream every Saturday. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or compliments, you can ask it on there, or you can put them in the comment section down below. Both are good places. I read all of them. And then every Wednesday is a video like this. When I'm in Japan, that schedule is going to change, but we will talk about that in the coming weeks. For now, hit that like button, smash it, and I will see you guys on Saturday.